the economic viability and attractiveness of an educated man. There is a saying within certain spheres, the manosphere in particular, and other people are talking about the educated lane, right? This guy who's spent his life in the books, getting it, academically, educationally, um, doing what he had to do in order to become the best version of himself to succeed to the top. And for some reason, that is deemed to be negative within our community. And I'll give you a very good example, right? This is a case study. Miss Helena Pascal, in this video that I'm highlighting, please go back, please watch it. She talks about a guy who slid into her DMs. Now, Miss Pascal has a master's degree, successful YouTuber, and I think she's a consultant or something like that. A man slides into her DM because she's a good-looking woman who has a PhD, right? Here I am. I've achieved this level of academic success. Here's a woman who's doing something. I bring something to the table, at least as far as economic viability. And here I am, and Miss Pastel's response, and out of her own mouth, is she goes to check this guy's LinkedIn and probably went to Google Scholar and just goes to see what he did his research in, and couldn't believe the silliness of what he went to school for. So let me get this straight. There's a clamoring for black women to get more highly successful men than themselves, to become more academically viable and attractive. And an economically and viable, attractive lady such as Miss Pascal disqualifies him because she didn't like what he wrote his dissertation on. Let me say that again. There's an academic dearth, which is causing an imbalance in marriage in attractive, maritable men, black men, for black women. Again, this problem is occurring probably within all races, but certainly not to the degree that it's existing in black America. So a person of this substance slides into Helena Pascal's DMs, and she disqualifies this man because she didn't like what he wrote his dissertation on. And she went on to say that when she thinks of a guy with a PhD, she thinks he's in debt. She thinks he don't have any money. In her assessment, in her attempt to highlight the problems between black men and black women, she unknowingly, inadvertently manifested the problem. She told on herself. Let me tell you something. There is no bar. There is no bar. In order to be attractive in the black community, you must have swag. There's a lot of people here today. Period. Point blank, period. You want to be attractive, you want to be attractive in the black community as a man. Your education doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is how much money you have. And you can have it illegally. And you must have swag. Period. I'm trying to think of where I'm going to put this video at. Either on my Big L PhD or Captain Hunter's podcast. I don't know where I'm going to put this video. Because it's part about education. And how do we get men? How do we get men to be? How do we get black men to go to college, to take education seriously, to read, and all we do is tell them that it doesn't matter because you don't have swag? And here's a black. Watch the video. Watch her video. She says it out of her own. I'm not exaggerating. She says this out of her own mouth. She don't even know she don't even realize she's saying it. She said she went to the man's. She said the guy who slid into her DMs. She read what he went to school for, what he wrote his paper about, and disqualified him. Can't make this up. You can't. There's not enough people are getting married. Not enough black men are getting married. Not enough black women are getting. We're not partnering up. We're married for 5 years. How do I as a man? How do I as a black man present education to other black men? The viability of it, the economic, social mobility aspects of it. It'll increase your life. We know that people who have higher levels of education will make, I don't even know what the number is, $1.2 million or something like that over their lifetime, more, whatever that number is, whatever it is. How can I get you to take that seriously? How can I get men to take that seriously? And then you have a woman like this saying, you went to school for that? Any reason. Any reason. So, listen, this is just my 2 cents. It's my 2 cents. It's really sad. It's really sad.